You like my mug?
I do. I wonder who gave it to you.
We've used all our mugs and I have not done the dishes in like a week, so... Okay. We haven't done this in a while. It feels weird.
Oh shit, I didn't even realize you clicked record. Haha.
I kind of like when, you know how Zane and Heath will just like randomly hit record and start going? I kind of like that.
I do too.
It feels like the conversation just like flows.
Well, and I like...
I think we're going to say the same thing.
That when David was on, like last week when they had David, and he was like, wait, we are recording? I didn't know. I figured you'd be recording me from the fucking driveway.
Yeah. Well, and then they pranked whatever, Sarah. And
oh, yeah. And they did that to Sarah.
Oh, shoot, we got to start over.
And she almost started crying. She was like, wait, what? That'd be me too. I'd be like in full fucking panic. Be like, wait, we got to do it. I can't. Okay, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
Oh, I was going to ask you. Have you seen the Reality House stuff?
Uh-huh. Because you sent me the video, the link to the video on Instagram.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I did that. It's been a week.
It's been a hell of a week.
I only know 2 people that are going to be in it, but...
I recognize, obviously, Tana, and it's going to be dramatic just because of that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
The only other one I know of is Bryce Hall.
Oh, I didn't see that. I think Tana
They're like
was
the 2 biggest ones on the poster, probably. I think.
Oh, I haven't seen, like, the poster.
I know, a lot of people were saying that they're like, we only know 2 people, we're not gonna watch it. Like, that's dumb. Why'd you pick, like, smaller creators? And people are like, it's cool that they pick smaller creators because they're getting a spotlight on a bigger channel.
Exactly.
And so many people, like, watch that. Plus, I don't think Tana or Bryce needs a $100,000 prize.
Fuck no, they're just there to stir shit.
Yeah, so...
And it's Kean and JC, like, it's gonna be funny and, like, interesting to watch regardless.
That and the production quality.
It literally looks like it should be on, like, on reality TV, not on YouTube.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I totally had, like, something I wanted to say and then I forgot it.
But you do have some news.
I do have news. There's probably somewhere along the lines with that. I am a homeowner.
Yay!
Unofficially so far. My offer on a house was accepted, so I'm going through all the fun paperwork and inspections and making sure it is up to snuff and able to move in. There's like a little, there's like a sewage drain that might be clogged up, might need to get replaced, so we're getting someone in there on Thursday to look at that, make sure it's all good. But come December 15th, when I sign that dotted line, I will forever be in debt, which I already am because of student loans, but... Well, I'll be a happy person in debt because
welcome to America.
I will have my own home. And it's so exciting. I can't, like, stop thinking about it. I still have my Pinterest pulled up. I went through and, like, looked at all, like, a bunch of stuff that I had saved, like,
I love how
for a house.
This looks like mine, except yours is more like, it looks... Yeah, yours is like darker tones and mine is lighter tones. Otherwise, they look the same.
Makes sense. Yeah. But I mean, like...
I feel like you might like... I really like it's called like Scandinavian kind of decor. I feel like you would like that. It's mostly like kind of blacks and whites, but you mix in colors with it too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you would like that. And like woods and stuff
like
that.
And I love a dark wood.
But like the blacks and grays that you have going on is the... like Scandinavian style.
And I think we would both, like me and Corbin both would want like neutral bases to be able to like then decorate like with whatever color that we want.
That's what I like. I told him, I was like, I'd rather maybe in like bedrooms and stuff add a little color to the wall, but I was like, in all the main rooms I want to do like cream colored walls to just put color onto the walls afterwards. Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, all the rooms probably need to be painted regardless, just for, like, a fresh coat.
I showed Kyle, and he was like, as soon as we got to the picture of the basement, he was like, oh my gosh, they need to paint that right away.
Yeah, the basement is a bright purple color.
It's like magenta.
It literally looks like a 15-year-old girl probably occupied the basement.
Like a 9-year-old girl.
Yeah. It's a bright purple.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, for some reason, like, I kind of like it. But, like, at the same time, it's a lot of purple.
Yeah.
Like, I like the color of it. I'm definitely not going to leave it. And I don't think Corbin wants to keep it either.
That'd be a good, like, accent wall.
Yeah. Or, like, an accent color on the wall.
Yeah.
With, like, a fun, like, design or something. Not just fucking purple in your face.
Yeah. The kitchen was, like, it kind of reminded me of the color of my bedroom growing up. That blue color.
Yeah.
Which, that one was a little bit lighter, but it looked pretty, and then you start living in it, and you're like, this is blue.
Yeah. Because I even, like, started, like, me and Corbin have obviously, like, started talking about it. I'm like, so what colors would you want to do? He's like, I don't know, whatever you want. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he cares.
No.
You care.
It's, like, it's that weird line of, like, he does care, but, like, he doesn't. Like, the getting to the end result, he doesn't care how it happens. Like, he's gonna like the end result regardless. Yeah. And I'm just like, but I want your help on the journey there.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just don't care, though. I'm like, you don't care, like, or, like, you just don't care what color I pick. He's like, the color, I guess? I'm like, yeah. But I'm just like, so what if we did, like, I was like, are you wanting something, like, natural or, like, neutral type of thing, or like a color, like a blue? He's like, no, I don't want blue. I'm like, okay, we don't have to do blue. It was just like an example. He's like, no, I get it, but like, definitely probably not blue. I'm like, okay, cool, not blue, got it.
Yeah.
What else do you like? I don't know. I'm like, oh my god.
I'm all for the green and the oranges. I like the 70s color palette.
Yeah, you do. I think doing, honestly, no, like, that's a little like
too dark.
I was actually looking at the wall, not this, but I didn't even think about that.
Every single wall in our house is this color, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of, like, a neutral, like, a creamy or, like, off-white color just everywhere. Mm-hmm. And then, like, a sage green or, like, some...
Yeah. Just
pops.
I want to paint the kitchen cabinets green. And then if the living room and kitchen are kind of, like, you can kind of see both of them if they're not blocked off. Then I would do, like, a sage green, like, accent wall. In the living room. But have you seen, like, the sage green cabinets? I'm obsessed.
I have not. I think mine are wooden, and I like wooden cabinets, so I'm definitely going to leave those.
Yeah, I definitely don't like the white that's going on.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. That's pretty.
I'm obsessed. And then I've seen, like...
I feel like you would have to have, like, white or, like... off-white, like, with it, though, for it to, like, look that good.
Yeah, I would definitely do, like, an off-white. I like, not that dark, but, like, a...
Like that one?
Like this.
Oh.
Just, like, a grayish blue.
Dude, we did a walkthrough on a house, and the fucking kitchen cabinets were royal blue.
Like that?
Like, royal. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, like, it looked good, because, like, it had, like, that modernized, like, gray and white scale, but I'm like, that is a lot of blue. Yeah. Just, like, in your face. And it's a bright blue to just put in your face.
Yeah. I think colored cabinets are going to be the next thing. Like, everyone was painting them white. Now I think everyone's painting them whatever.
Yeah.
Different colors. But my parents had done basically that blue that I showed you. It's like a grayish blue on their, like, their bathroom cabinets. And I loved it. And I was like, I would like that for a bathroom and then green for the kitchen.
Ooh, yeah.
But
I feel like that's my biggest update, because anything else I really wanted to talk about was Vampire Diaries, but we kind of just did that.
I've been working nonstop, so I have no stories.
Oh my god, what the fuck else was I gonna say? That is annoying. I feel like I came in here being like, okay, I want to talk about this in the intro, I want to talk about this in the intro, and I'm just like...
Yeah, I know, I honestly
beep, boop,
can't think
boop.
of
That's
anything.
what my head's doing right now.
I cannot think of anything because all I did was work.
I've just been working and doing house stuff.
I literally
yeah, we're both just like, duh. Like that fucking, like that SpongeBob episode. Yeah. We're just like, duh. And like,
what do you want to do today?
I don't know.
What do you want to do today?
Well, I don't know.
Good God.
Okay, I remembered. So I spent my week last week watching Harry Potter, right?
Yeah. You like your Hufflepuff now?
I do. I have come to the terms and I've accepted it and I like it. I'm definitely going to have to change a couple of these stickers though, because not a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
I mean, I claim, what is it, Griffin Puff for sure. Because I can't spend fucking 10 years labeling myself as a Gryffindor and like just let it go that easy. I also cried when Fred died. That was not fun.
Yeah.
And Corbin is like sitting on the other couch. He like hears me sniffling, and he's like side eyes me. And then Molly kills Bellatrix. I'm like, hell yeah, you bad bitch.
Yeah, Molly's probably one of my top favorite characters.
Molly's a beast, man. I've read like some theories about Molly too. That like her two brothers, like, so she has like family ties to like the Blacks, and so they're like second cousins or something somewhere along the line, and like her two brothers were in the like original order, and that's why she was so against like the kids getting into the Order of the Phoenix, because that's how her brothers died, and I think Bellatrix like killed one of them or something. And so when she came after Ginny, that's when Molly's like, you know what? Fuck this! Yeah. I got it! And then another one is that like Ginny is the first like female Weasley born in like 6 or 7 generations. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, damn.
Yeah.
There was something else that like went along with that, but I don't remember now because I read it like a week ago. I just don't remember. So I was like, I don't know, something about her, like, obviously it's Ginny and she's special, but then on top of that, she's the first girl Weasley born in 6 generations. I'm like, yeah. God dang.
I am almost through all of this busy stuff, and I'm just like, I told Kyle, I was like, can I just take all the money I make off of holiday orders and just take January off? Because I want a break. But I was like, after Christmas and stuff, I'm definitely getting back into reading the books. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, it's going to be winter. I'm not going to want to do anything. January is usually slow anyways. I'm like, I'm getting my stuff done during the day and then reading at night. Because I read the first book, and I was like, I like read it really fast, which also it's like this big.
Yeah, it's like not barely like 300 pages.
Yeah, and so I was like, I started the second one, and then I was like, got super busy, and I keep feeling like I want to go back and like start it over so I can read it all at once almost. Or like read it in a couple goes, but I'm just like, at this rate, I'm going to be just rereading the first, like, 3 chapters over and over again.
Yeah.
So, I'm just like, I just want to read my Harry Potter books.
Mm-hmm. I'm, like, just going through, like, my Pinterest and, like, thinking about, like, stuff that we have to... Because obviously we need, like, a bed and, like, a couch and stuff. But, like, I can't buy it now because now they're watching my finances like a fucking hawk. Mm-hmm. And I even, because, like, I didn't, like, on one hand, like, I understand it, but I was like, I didn't understand, like, the mechanics behind it. It's like, I texted the lender yesterday. I'm like, so why is it bad?
And, they like, don't want you to keep adding on to your debt.
Yeah, they're like, it adjusts your, like, debt to income ratio, and it can, like, lose you the loan. I'm like, oh. See, now, if my parents just said that and said, don't do it, it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, it would have made more sense. But I'm just like, okay, you know what? I do already have a lot of debt against me from student loans and just, like, having a credit card anyway. So I'm like, yeah. Well, we're just not going to do that. Yeah. Me and Corbin will just borrow a couch from my brother and sleep on the couch for a week until we can go up and buy a mattress.
Kyle, because he's trying to get this promotion, and I was like, you know that if you technically, it would still be, I think, like, a new job, even though he's basically doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. I was like, we might not be able to look for, like, they usually, I think after you start a new job, they want you to wait at least like 6 months before you like try and get loans or try and get a house or anything. Mm-hmm. It's like, we might have to watch that. It might be different because he's staying within the company and he's basically going to be doing the same thing, but I was like, we might have to check that because
I would think if it's the same company, it's fine.
Yeah.
And it can just be considered like promotional. Because when we started looking, I was in between, like, was right about to hit a jump up in my hourly pay because they started us at, like, $12.50. So I was at 13 after my 6 months in, And then in the beginning of September, they were jumping the starting wage up like $3.50.
Well, and it's not just like he's like a whatever technical engineer 1, he's going to be a technical engineer 2, so it is technically like a different position. It's just he's basically doing the same thing.
I would, yeah.
Like
I mean, I don't think it would be a big deal. If anything, it could like adjust your loan, and like you would be able to like have like $10,000 more like to work with, or like something like that. But if it's like the same company and it can pretty much just be considered like promotional, like okay, you're just getting like leveled up.
Yeah.
I don't see how that could fuck you too bad.
I don't know. There's so many weird things like
there really is. Like going through it all, I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and then like, I have an aunt that has been in like the banking realty world like for so long, so she's the one that's always been like saying that I think you don't want to have more than like 15% use of your credit cards or like all the like weird things that help your credit scores and stuff. And I'm just like, why is this a thing?
Yeah, it's like you want
so confusing.
Like revolving credit. So like on one hand, like it's good to like pay your credit like down to 0 each month, but at the same time, it's not bad to have up to 15% of what your credit limit is on the card, because it'll like go as like recurring and like rounded payments. So it's like it's always acting on your credit because there's always something in there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
okay,
all right. I mean, going through it and like I got a lot of the paperwork back. It's like your credit score is 677. I'm like, bet that's not bad. I'm like, I definitely thought it wasn't that high, but cool.
The only reason mine is so good is because I don't have any student loans.
Yeah. Well, and I haven't, because of all like the COVID and like whatnot. It's been getting deferred for the last year that I've been out of school.
Yeah, it's Kyle too.
So, but it kicks in January, so I'm like, well, this will be fun first few months in house
So I was talking to my aunt because we were wondering because, I think he makes more than you, but you guys probably have, I would assume, about the same in student loans. And they were gonna give you the same amount that they were giving him for a loan. We're like, we feel like it should be a little bit more, and also we're paying like $1,200 a month right now, perfectly fine. But what he was getting would be like around $800 a month. We're like, obviously we can afford more. My aunt was saying that if you have student loans right now, they, I guess, are kind of almost like showing up that you're only paying like $0 every month because you don't have to right now.
Right, because it's in deferment.
Yeah, so she was like, you guys should just wait until he starts having to pay again.
Well, and it probably looks worse because like if he was paying on it before deferment hit, but then now it shows he's making 0 payments, that's going to look worse as opposed to me, who I've never made a payment because by the time I got done with school, and because you have like a 6-month grace period before your loans kick in, you have to start paying them. Well, COVID hit, and so like I literally never had to start paying them. Yeah. And so it just looks like it's been sitting there.
He pays like as much as he can because he does not want to spend 30 years paying them off, so he puts like as much as he possibly can on them.
I'm definitely going to be doing that once it kicks in the new year. Just be doing like $300 or $400 a month. Because I mean, I only make like, well, I make a decent amount. I make enough, but it definitely helps that Corbin makes like $10 more an hour than I do.
Yeah. Kyle makes like twice as much as me, so I guess that's what I get for working for myself.
I was like, well, you do run a small business, so I guess we should end the intro.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Welcome back to Clink That Drink.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Caitlyn. We're going to play a few games today.
Yes.
So this first one, we've obviously known each other for 24 years now. Literally Kristen's entire life.
Yeah.
But we're going to see how well we really do know each other. So
I feel like this would be interesting because we had our little spurts where we didn't really hang out with each other, so I feel like if it's any questions that revolve around that, then we'll be like, maybe, like, I could probably figure it out, but we'll see.
I think you'll probably, I'd be surprised There might be a few on here that, like, I've typed up, like, that I've picked out that you might not know. But I think just knowing me as well as you do, I think you'll pretty much get these.
Yeah. I guess, do we want to ask the question, then answer about one person, answer the same question about the other, like go back and forth? Or do we want to do all one person and all the other person?
I kind of like that. Like, I don't know.
Like, say the question, then we answer for you. Like, I have to answer for you, you tell me if you're right, and then you answer for me, and I'll tell you if you're right.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Because we both have some typed up, so we'll just go through, like, both of our lists. Well, this first one will not pertain to you whatsoever.
Oh,
what was my major?
Psychology.
Yeah.
If it's specific, I don't know, but it's psychology.
No, it's just bachelor's of science in psychology.
I have a question to throw in there since I can't do that. I had started to do an online school that was for a specific degree. Do you know what it was for?
Art. Wasn't it? No. I don't fucking know then. Oh, yeah. Your photography. That makes a lot of sense. That kind of falls into art.
Not photography. It's more film.
Like production stuff?
Cinematography.
Okay. That word was not going to come out of my mouth. I mean, yeah, I get it and it makes sense, but that word was not going to come out of my mouth.
If I was able to get student loans, I was not able to get any loans because my parents decided that right when I started that, they wanted to try and sell their house, and I didn't have any credit, so I couldn't get student loans for myself.
Yeah.
So they were like, you're going to have to wait, and then I started a business, and it started working out, so I was like, well, guess I'm not doing that.
Honestly, count your blessings. Fuck the student loans. You don't want them. Yeah. You really don't want them.
Well, and those were going to be a little much because you had to pay for renting out equipment and stuff too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if I got loans, that's probably what I'd be doing right now.
Well, you still do like take pictures and do stuff.
I mean, if I ever went back to school, well, the only bad thing is like I would love to do something in the film industry, but you kind of have to. I feel like most people have to start out like doing it for years and years because everyone wants you to have experience, obviously, but like in the film industry, it's like even crazier. They like really want you. Unless I found someone that was like also just starting out, that was like a director, like that's the only way I think I could do it. But
true. What's my love language?
Probably touch, if not like words of affirmation.
Well, yeah, definitely touch. I do. I'm a cuddle person. I even do it to you. Like, I'll just fucking...
Yeah.
I like touch a lot. Yes. Yeah.
Which is funny, because growing up, I hated being touched. I'm just like, can I have a hug?
Yeah. I think yours would be... Fuck. Acts of service or words of affirmation?
Probably acts of service. And I was going to tell you if you needed a hint, everyone hates acts of service. And I'm like, we're the easiest people to please.
Yeah.
Go in there and do the dishes, and I'm just like, oh, I love you. Thanks for doing that. I didn't want to do it.
Dude, like yesterday when Corbin got up and like he did the dishes and made breakfast, I was just like, oh no, I didn't know I needed that. But thank you. Yeah. I was just like, because I woke up feeling like shit yesterday. Mm-hmm. And, like, you can kind of still hear it in my voice. Like, there's just something wrong with my throat. And I told him I didn't feel good. And he just, like, cuddled me for a second. And then he got up. And, like, I wasn't looking at what he was doing. And then I heard, like, the dishes clanging around. So, and I was just like, oh, yes. Cool. And then he's done. But, like, he's still, like, standing in the kitchen. So I look over there. And he's, like, starting up on pancakes. I'm like, thank you. And I walk over, I'm like, do you want some coffee? I'll make you coffee. He goes, I would love some coffee. I was like, anything for you. It was so sweet. I was just like, I didn't know I needed that.
I know. Everyone, like, hates on the acts of service. They're like, we can never do anything to, like, make them happy. And I'm like, literally, like, wipe down the counter one time and I'm good.
I feel like that's how I, like, show and, like, give my love. Like, I like to receive physical touch, but, like, easily, like, most naturally, I do acts of service and like giving gifts. Like I love doing that. I feel like
I'm acts of service for giving and receiving.
Yeah.
Which is also Virgo is all about service. So, let's just double it up.
Okay. What is my biggest fear? I have, like, a couple, or, like, a few that kind of just, like, rotate and take turns being, like, my worst.
I feel like a lot of your fears would be not, like, a physical thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I mean, physical thing, I'd say spiders.
Well, duh. I hate spiders. I fucking hate spiders.
I feel like yours would be all, like, some kind of, like, emotional or, like, worldly thing, not, like, a physical thing.
I would put one of my big fears in that category.
The only one that's coming to head is, like, death. Or, like, what happens after death.
That is not a rabbit hole we need to jump into today. I mean, yeah, I would call that one of my fears is just, like, death in general. But, like, one of my big ones is, like, loneliness or, like, feeling lost.
Mm-hmm.
I can
see that, too.
I like to be alone when I want it.
Yeah.
And I know, like, I have, like, there's just days where I just look at Corbin, like, I love you, but leave me the fuck alone. Yeah. Like, give me, like, an hour to, like, be on my own. Which I never have to say that, because, like, he'll, like, go play his video game, and I'll just, like, sit on the couch and just be like, cool. And then I'll go bug him when I'm ready to, like, be social again. But, like, to be forced into being alone, I don't like that.
Yeah.
The idea of that, And then, like, my other really big one is I hate the dark. Like, unknowing dark. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I hate the dark.
I can see that. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, all the ones that were coming to my head were, like the fear of this happening or whatever, like.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I feel like mine are more physical or common fears.
You also don't like spiders. Not as bad as me. I don't think.
Are you?
I about moved out of my apartment because there was a spider in my shower, and I ran away to Rihanna's house to shower at her parents' house.
I feel that. I
literally ran away from my fucking apartment.
I'm the type of person that, for a while, I was like, I can't even get close enough to a spider to kill it. And we even have, like, the vacuum with the big long stick that they're like, oh yeah, just suck it up. And I'm like, I still have to get close to it to suck it up. Yeah. Even if we're still, like, 2 feet apart. I'm the
2 feet too fucking close.
I'm always like, you know what? I'll, like, come into a room, if I see a spider, I'm like, you do your thing, please leave. I'm gonna leave for, like, 24 hours, and hopefully you're gone, and if you're still there, I'm gonna cry.
I don't want to see you.
We'll just burn our house down.
There have been so many times that I'll, like, find one, and I'll just, like, get, like, fixed on the point, like, where I'm at, and Corbin's like, what are you doing? I'm like, come kill this spider.
Yeah.
Come get rid of it. And he's like, why aren't you moving? I'm like, I can't lose it, because if I lose it, I'm going to lose my mind. Mm-hmm. So you come and kill this spider while I know where it's at. I was like, I would much rather know it's here and get rid of it, as opposed to walk away and lose it and know there's one in this house somewhere.
The only time I will not walk away is if it's in the bedroom, because I'm like, I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and it's going to be on me.
Yep.
That's when I'm like, I can't even, like, look at spider. I can't.
I don't like it.
No thanks.
I don't like it.
Can you think of, like, we've kind of already touched on this, but I have one other, I feel like, big fear.
Like, today we've already touched on it?
Like, on the podcast recently.
Like your social anxiety?
I mean,
your face immediately, you're like, oh, now that you mention it.
Not what I was thinking of, but I feel like that's right out there, just big social in general.
Losing a family member?
I mean, that's one too.
I mean, you literally just talked about how much you'd cry if you lost your brother because of Vampire Diaries. Dude, I would bawl. I would lose my damn mind.
Well, shit doesn't even know that I would cry about that either. He's in his
He's in his I don't give a shit stage.
Yeah.
Because he's 18.
Yeah.
Shit, he's almost 19. That is weird to think about.
I just told him the other day, because Kyle was thinking about taking off. He's off on his birthday, but works, like, the days after, and he was like, I think I might take off a couple days after. And I mixed him up, because he is the day before Ryan, so I always mix them up. And I was like, oh, yeah, I mixed you up. I thought that was Ryan's birthday, whatever. And I was like, my little brother's gonna be 19.
Shane's turning 24.
Yeah.
It's weirder to think of Shane turning 24 as opposed to you turning 24. Probably from,
I feel like it's
emotional maturity, maybe.
I felt like it wouldn't be as weird for you because you guys are so close in age.
Yeah, but it feels weird calling myself 25, too.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it doesn't hit me. I'm just like, I'm 25, I'm a big girl. But then I'm like, holy shit, I'm 25. Mm-hmm. So it's just, like, a weird in between.
Yeah. The only other one I was thinking of was, as I've gotten older, the ocean continues to freak me out, which is funny because one thing I really wanted to be when I was younger was a marine biologist.
I had a face for that, too, because of Jordan. My older brother. I mean, like, I love animals in the first place, but, like, I don't know why I wanted to be a marine biologist and not just, like, a zoologist.
I think because we live in Missouri, and so the ocean creatures are so, like, stuff we don't get to see very often. Yeah. So we're like, ooh, but yeah.
Let's go to the ocean. Nope.
I'm like, do I have to go on a boat on the ocean?
Let's go find a megalodon.
Like, the thought of, I've never even been on a cruise, and every single time my mom mentions it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be on a boat in the middle of the ocean.
See, you don't really think about it.
Like, I know, because you're in the bubble.
Right. And especially when you're, like, in the ship and not, like, on the deck somewhere, like, it's not as freaky, but then, like, you get on the deck and you're like, all I see is blue.
It's all blue.
Okay. What else we got? Of my family members, who am I closest to? I feel like this is kind of tricky.
All family or just, like, immediate family?
Both. Let's do my immediate family, and then I guess everybody.
Immediate family? I feel like I keep wanting to say your dad. But then again, I'm kind of thinking maybe the brothers.
Which one?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I feel like growing up, I don't know, I feel like you've always looked up to Jordan, so you want to be, like, best friends with Jordan, but then you and Shane are, like, so close to the same age that I feel like I want to say Shane.
Yeah, Shane.
Yeah.
Especially now, like that. Don't get me wrong, me and my dad are super tight, but, like, that's still, like, a father-daughter, whereas, like, with me and Shane being, like, siblings.
It's, like, best friends.
Yeah, and especially now, like, the older that we get, and I met and am now dating one of his friends. Yeah. It's like, I've inserted myself into the friend group, so, like, all of our friends that, like, we hang out with are the same, and just, like, the older that we get, we've just gotten so much closer.
Well, just, like...
And Jordan's married now, so, like, he's got a whole, like, he's creating, like, a whole new part of his life.
Yeah.
So Jordan doesn't, like, get to hang out with us as much as he usually would, like... I don't want to say, like, before Emily, but, like, before Emily, because, I mean, he found his other half, so, like, obviously that's going to change stuff.
So now they're going to be together all the time. Yeah.
So, but, yeah, when we were younger, I was definitely a lot closer with Jordan. I looked up to him a lot, but, like, now that we're older, and Jordan's, like, on a new path, like, through life, me and Shane are, like, sup, bud?
Also, like, being younger, too, you're like, oh, this is my pesky younger brother. Also, definitely being a year younger, you're just like, ugh.
And Shane was a little shit when we were younger, and I was a brat, too. I was, like, the goody two-shoes, can't do anything wrong. I mean, I was mouthy, but...
We both had little brothers that are weirdly very, very alike with each other, so...
Well, their birthday's 4 days apart.
If Ryan was 1 year younger than me, they would have been the exact... Like, we would have had the exact same experience with the younger brother.
Dude. Yeah. I would say you're probably closest with your mom.
100%.
And then Tori, when family's included. Even though you guys don't talk as much anymore. Or at least I don't think you do.
Yeah.
Rachel. I think you know Lainey. I'm gonna go with Lainey.
Yeah, it's hard because so much of my family, every single family member other than Tori is 2 hours away.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like I want to be close with a lot of them because I don't get to see them very often. Like, me and Lainey hardly ever get to see each other. So it's like, I kind of want to be close with her. But I feel like if I'm going to go to a family member that's not, like, my immediate family, it's probably going to be my Nana or Tori. Yeah. Or honestly, lately, I've talked to my Aunt Michelle on the phone a couple times because her and I are very similar. She's, like, a girl boss, does her own, like, businesses and stuff, and very artsy, creative. And the couple times we've talked on the phone, we talked for, like, 2+ hours. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay.
This is cool.
Thanks for keeping me company.
Now I gotta stop sidetracking and get back to what I need to be doing.
Also, everyone, I don't know about Tori, but my Nana and Michelle, I think, are listening, so hello.
Hi.
My Nana's definitely been listening. She's like, I love listening to your guys' podcast.
Hi, Nana. Hope you still like this one.
Yeah, I was looking at our analytics the other day, and I was looking at the locations, and it's like, everywhere kind of has, like, a couple downloads, and then Springfield has, like, a bunch, and I was like, well,
here's my family. I need to... My mom had asked me about it, like, a couple of weeks ago, because, like, she knows that we're recording, but she has always got so many things on her mind, and then they were out of town this weekend. Mom, yeah. So I know, like, when I go over there later, because I told her, I was like, yeah, like, I'll record the podcast, and then, like, I'll come over, because I have to, like, scan a bunch of, like, paperwork stuff in for the house.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, okay, I need to listen. I'm like, yeah, I've told you where you can listen to it, like, 3 times now.
My mom said the same thing. She said that, I think she said she started listening to the Halloween episode at work the other day, so... I was like, yeah, I keep telling her, I was, like, saying that I think she would like the one where we talked about Jordan and Emily's wedding, because there's a lot that, like, you said that was behind-the-scenes stuff that I was like, you'll think it's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Fun day.
Yeah.
How many kids do I want someday?
Oh, gosh. I feel like you're gonna be at least a 3. Because... You grew up with 3, and I feel like you like that dynamic, but I'm trying to decide if you would have more.
It would definitely either be 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Corbin's the youngest of 4.
Yeah.
So, like...
That, and I know you're going to be...
And at that point, we're already outnumbered anyway, so, like, what does 3 or 4, what's the difference make? Other than just, you know, giving birth a 4th time.
Yeah.
Or, you know what, maybe I'll get lucky and have twins. And only have to pop 2 out at one time.
Or be careful and have you'll be like, I want 3, and then the accident baby comes in, you're like, well, we're having 4.
Yeah. I could see that happening. I think you want 2. I think you'd be happy with 2.
Definitely want 2. I think I really want one of each. But if I had 2 and they were both a girl or both a boy, I'd probably shoot for a 3rd. And then whatever happens with that one. But I think...
I have a funny story about that when you finish your thought.
But, so, Kyle's a 3. He's the oldest out of 3. And so, his family, like, my whole family has had a girl and a boy, so, and then his family, like, he was a boy, and then they had a girl, so I feel like we could probably get one of each, but...
You know, genetics is just not gonna work with you on that, man.
Probably.
So I have 2 cousins on my dad's side that are so 3 cousins that are married. 2 of them have kids already, and Morgan has 2 sons.
Yeah,
and I think they're like, oh god, I'm gonna be so wrong, but I think they're like 6 and 4. Well, she wanted to try again because she wants a daughter really bad.
Another boy?
Yep.
I already know. Yeah.
Literally, our family, like, she started telling everyone that she was pregnant, like, in the family, and everyone's just like, all right, ready for another boy. And she's like, don't say that. It's gonna be a girl. And she texted, like, our big Knox family group chat the other day. She's like, well, I'm definitely a boy mom. And everyone's like, told you, ha ha. And we're like, you gonna try again? And her husband, Ray, he's like, no, I think we're ready to pass the torch. Yeah. He's like, I think we're done on that one.
Well, because then you're like, you could try again, but what if you end up with 4 boys? That's a lot.
I mean, that's what my grandma did, and that woman is a saint.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I could... 4 boys. I mean, at least with, like, so, like, boys. At least Corbin's siblings, like, it was girl, boy, boy. And, like, the boys were younger. I could do that. And his parents, like, spaced them out, like, perfectly. So, like, his oldest sister, she's 20, she turned 28 this year. The second sister turned 27. Kaysen's my age, so he turned 25 this year, and then Corbin turned 23. So, like, that's, like, a really good, like, age gap in general. I'm just like, But that is 4 babies. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that's like, the family that I used to nanny for.
Mm-hmm.
Their kids are, I'm like, did you have any time where you weren't pregnant over like 5 years? Oh my gosh.
Well, and Corbin's sister-in-law Diaz did that too. Because, like, their toddler, their
is your body okay?
baby, like, Atlas turned 1 in, like, April or May, I want to say. And they found out she was pregnant with number 2 in, like, February or March.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, you got, like, not even 6 months in between that.
Yeah.
To, like, even give you a chance to get onto birth control.
Yeah.
It's like, she was basically pregnant for, like, 18 months. I'm
yeah,
like,
their kids
like,
are...
all in a row. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, the 2 youngest.
And she's still skinny as shit. Like, she looks so good now, and she's had 2 babies. I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Their 2 youngest ones are... When I first started, they were like, can you tell that the youngest one might have been an accident? Because the youngest 2 are almost exactly a year apart. Their birthdays are within a week of each other. Like, a year later.
Yeah.
And then, even the oldest 2, they're like, I think, maybe 2 grades apart, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the 2 middle kids are even, like, a grade apart from each other, too. So it's like, when I first started, they had a kindergartner, and then 2
kindergartner.
Yeah, and then 2 in preschool, and then a 2-year-old. So I was just like...
I don't know, though. If you just... I wouldn't mind doing that, just, like, knocking it all out. Like, just get done.
But 4 kids all around the same age, like... They're all in elementary school at the same time.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I
wish Jordan was, like, in elementary school at the same time as me and Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is something that most people do not know about me?
Oh, gosh.
Kind of just wanted to see what you came up with on this one.
Well, I feel like it's kind of hard, because you're kind of an open book, I feel like.
Yeah.
That, and I've known you so long that, like, everything's not new to me.
Exactly.
Something they might not know? I'm trying to think of, like, a funny thing, but... Trying to think of, like, someone you were, like, obsessed with as a kid, or something, like, embarrassing. It's just hard, because you, like, don't really seem like you're embarrassed, ever. It's hard to
put
come
on
up
a good face.
Yeah. Trying to think of childhood. This is also probably not the best time to answer this. My brain is so dead after last week. Oh gosh, I'm trying really hard to think of a childhood memory. I literally can't think of anything.
Why can't I think of anything?
For yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, how am I supposed to answer? You say you can think of one for me?
Maybe.
Oh, I thought that's what you said. I was like, really? Can you read the question again? I want to see if it sparks anything.
What is something that most people don't know about me?
Yeah, that was the only thing that popped into my head for you was when you fell off the bunk bed. But I can't think of anything.
And I've got like a 6-inch-ish scar on the back of my head from it. When they had to cut into my brain.
I guess, so, I want to see, because this is probably one of my favorite stories. The only time I've ever had to get stitches was where on my body?
On your chin.
And why?
Didn't you?
I love the story.
Didn't you, like, fall? I thought you...
How did I fall?
From jumping on your bed?
No.
Or weren't you riding riding a scooter, like a ripstick or something? From riding your bike?
So, before my parents finished our basement, it was all concrete downstairs, and I've always loved roller skating.
Oh, yeah.
And so...
As soon as you said concrete, I'm like, she was roller skating.
Yeah, so we used to have, like, school skate nights, like, once a month, and we would go there. We would go, and they do, like, a limbo bar that you have to go under, and I could always kind of do, like a
lean
side
squat.
lunge and go under, but there was always a girl that could do the splits under it, and I could do the splits at the time, but not on roller skates. And so I remember I was skating down there, and I was practicing, like, the whole one-leg squat thing, and then my dad came downstairs and was like, you should try and do the splits, and I was like, literally no. So he, like, closed the door, because there was a door that you had to go through to get out of the basement.
Yeah.
And he was, like, standing there, and he was like, you're gonna at least try it. And
sounds like Stacy.
Yeah, he was like, you're not gonna go upstairs until you at least try it once, and because he doesn't like when people are like, I can't do it.
Yeah,
like, you have to at least try.
He does not like that.
And so I tried, and I fell flat on my chin, and I had to go get stitches.
And you're like, that's the last time I listened to you, Dad.
Yeah, what's funny is everyone in my family has a scar on their chin from falling. Like, Ryan has one, my dad has one, I don't think my mom has one, Kyle has one.
Well, because your mom is smarter than that.
Yeah.
And she's not going to listen to your dad goad at her.
She's probably the most clumsy one out of all of us. Like,
I don't know, you're pretty clumsy.
I'm pretty clumsy too, but yeah, we all have, I can't remember what Ryan's was. I remember when he got it. He also had, Ryan had...
Shane got stitches on his face from when he got bit by a dog.
I do remember that.
So all three of us had one childhood, like, traumatic thing.
Yeah.
That we had to go to the ER for. Me was falling off the bunk bed. Shane got bit in the face by a dog. And Jordan fell, like, arms and, like, face first into a fire.
Oh.
When he was, like, a year and a half. Well, we weren't born yet.
Yeah, I'm like...
No, he was, like, a year and a half.
Didn't hear that one.
He was, like, a year and a half old, and they went on, like, a camping trip. And Jordan is, like, tottering around and, like, falls and, like, catches himself on his hands and, like, didn't, like, my mom, I guess mom instincts, like, she literally, like, zoned in, like, as he was falling, so, like, his like, arms and hands were in, but, I mean, he went flat into the fire, so mom literally yanked him up and, like, jumped in the lakes, they were at Lake Paradise, and, like, jumped in the water in, like, March, like, it was, like, a cold time, I think, and, like, jumped in the lake, and then is yelling at my dad, like, go start the car, fuck the tent, get in the car, we're going to the ER, and he had, like, bandages all over his little hands for, like, weeks. He had, like, third-degree burns, because, I mean, he literally fell into fire.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah.
Ryan, we had a joke where Ryan would almost make it a year every year without going to the ER and they're always weird reasons. Like, this is my favorite, and it's probably gonna embarrass him, but it's really funny. And
he's gotta listen to be embarrassed.
Yeah. One of the times he was sitting on the dock at the lake, and he went and, like, scooted himself forward to, like, get ready to get down into the water off the dock, and he got
like, scratched a nail or, like,
a splinter in his butt. And they took it out, and they let him take it home. It was literally, like, this big.
Oh, God, no!
The other time was...
Oh, no.
The other time, he and his buddy that he always went fishing with were, like, messing around, and a lot of time,
he got a hook in his face, didn't he?
It wasn't the hook, so on the string, a little bit above the hook is, like a weight that keeps it down or whatever, and so I guess they were, like, messing around, and his friend had, like, whipped his pull up, and it came back, and the weight smacked him in the face, so that's why he has, like, a tiny little scar here, and it's because of that. And then this time he didn't go to the ER, but I just think it's funny, because I was like, how do you get hurt in these, like, weird ways?
Because he's a boy.
Yeah.
Because that's what boys do.
He kicked a fish, like, they were fishing, it was on the dock, and he tried to kick it back in, and the fin got stuck in his foot.
Oh my God.
I'm like, how? Only you. How? Yeah, I can't remember what his chin was for. I'm sure it was something
stupid. Something along the lines of what we've been saying.
Also, this doesn't really have to do with anything, but it just, the memory popped in my head, and so Maddie had broken her arm at my house when we were probably in, like, I think we were in, like, late elementary school, early middle school.
Yeah.
And she would tell everyone that I broke her arm. because we were both standing in the driveway, and she said that she likes to say that I was the cause of breaking her arm because it's a better story than
what actually happened.
And so we were standing in the driveway, and she was standing on one of the Razor scooters, and she was just standing kind of balancing on it, and it kind of went sideways, and she fell, and her arm landed right on the side of the Razor scooters. Yeah. And I remember she, like, started crying, and she was like, Kristen, I think I broke my arm. Like, she was, like, freaking out, and I was like, okay, and I ran inside.
You're like, Mom!
And this was, like, felt like it was taking forever, but it was really fast. I ran inside. We had a gate, like, blocking off the hallway for, I think we had dogs or puppies or something at the time.
Maybe the bunnies.
Yeah, I, like, literally, like, jumped over, knocked the gate down. My mom came in, and she was like, are you okay? Well, what is going on? I'm like, Maddie broke her arm! And then her mom had to drive over, and, like, I had to go, like, my mom was, like, making her a little sling with because my mom's broken some bones. She was making a sling with a towel.
Yeah.
And I had to run over and tell Carrie, and I was like, ugh. That was, like, terrorizing for probably Maddie and me.
Dude, I remember sitting there when Shane broke his arm.
Hearing people cry like that, I'm like, oh my God.
Well, and, like, so like I said, when we were kids, we all three had, like, one big accident that took us to the ER.
Yeah.
And then in high school, both the boys had a big accident. I haven't had my second accident, so I'm just kind of like...
This isn't wood, but okay.
But it counts. But Jordan was getting pulled on Joe's motorbike on a skateboard with just shorts on and crashed, fucked up both of his hands, got a concussion, like, all kinds of issues. And then Shane, we went to the hill in Raintree to go, like, snowboarding and, like, sledding and whatnot when it snowed. And we are, like, taking turns. Like, Jordan and Shane had, like, built a ramp. They took one of, like, our skateboarding ramps and, like, packed snow, and it's like we could just jump off of it. Well, Shane had gone down and, like, landed funny. Jordan was already at the bottom of the hill. I was just, like, watching Shane because I had just walked back up. And Shane's just, like, sitting on the ground, and he's, like, cradling his arm. And Jordan's like, come on, get up. Like, let's go. Obviously, I can't, like, hear what they're saying, but I can see Jordan doing this, like, talking to Shane. And Jordan starts dragging him, like, back up the hill. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, Shane's being a big baby.
Yeah.
He thinks he broke his arm, and I told him he's fine. I'm gonna call Mom. And I'm like, okay. It's like, we go home, and Shane can't, like, undress, like, can't pull the stuff off of his arm because it's broken. And Jordan calls Mom. He's like, Shane says he's broke his arm, but, like, I don't believe him. It's not broken. We were just snowboarding this and that. And my mom gets home. She's like, what the fuck? Like, finally is able to get his clothes off. She's like, it's broken.
Yeah.
We're going to the ER. And literally, like, his wrist was, like, an inch higher from, like, the wrist and hand is, like, an inch higher than, like, where it should be.
Yeah.
And just hearing them talk about it, because, like, they obviously, like, they get him to the hospital and they put him under. And the doctor's like, are you sure you want to watch this? Because we have to place it. Like, we have to get it back in place. And my parents like, oh, yeah, it's fine. Doctor literally...
Oh, no.
grabs his hand. I think there was, like, a nurse, like, sitting on him so he wouldn't, like, jerk too much or something. Or, like, they're holding him down just to be safe. And the doctor literally grabs his hand and grabs his arm. Pulls it apart. And my mom's like, Shane... She's like, it looks like he was possessed. Because he goes...
Yeah.
And then, like, goes like, leans back down. It's like the doctor, like, sets it and has to, like, hold it there to, like, get it to start wrapping up. And my dad comes home. He goes, it was the nastiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Jeez.
He's like, you wouldn't believe how much your skin can move when the bones aren't holding it where it should be.
Okay, I think we're done with that story.
My dad goes, it literally looked like they were stretching Laffy Taffy.
Okay, we're done. We are done. Absolutely not. We're close to the hour mark, so do we want to just do more questions? Do we want to do the headphone thing?
I kind of want to do the headphone thing. I think that'd be
honestly, we could probably just ask. Well, you have some. I might be able to just ask. Look up some of the questions.
Here, I'll grab my AirPods.
What do I want to listen to?
Should we try to... So, obviously, since we can't hear it, I think you should repeat what you think I'm asking and then answer it.
Okay.
That we you don't just, like, say something and I'm like, obviously has no correlation to what I'm saying. So you repeat what you think I'm asking and then answer what you think I'm asking.
Okay. We'll do that.
I think that would be our best bet to try to see what's going on in your head. Still can't hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
Okay. Alright, first question.
Have you started?
This is gonna be great.
When you start, put your thumb up again.
Oh, God. I can't. Okay. Do you like rubber duckies?
This is so hard. How do people do this?
I don't know. Do you like rubber duckies?
Do you like
Rubber duckies.
rubber duckies? Is what it looks like. It looks like you said, do you like rubber duckies? Is that what you said?
You have to answer.
Do I have an answer? Do I like rubber duckies? I guess I haven't had one since a kid.
What's your favorite color?
What's your favorite
Color?
Green?
What's your birthday?
Say it again.
What's your birthday?
What is your... I don't know what you're saying. What is your...
Birthday.
Birthday?
Yes.
September 4th?
Who's your favorite Marvel character? You literally
What is your favorite
Marvel character?
Hold on, the song's ending. And I'm gonna have you say it again. Okay, what is your favorite
Marvel character?
Something character? Say it again.
No.
Did you say Vampire Diaries character? Probably Caroline.
This is a lot of fun. Do you want to go to the park?
That's the first one that really looked like nothing.
Do you want to go to the park?
Do you want...
I'm not saying it again.
No?
I'm not saying it again.
Do you want to... Yes? I only got to use something.
Oh my God.
Are you done?
I can think of more. I don't like how good you were at that. You're supposed to not know what I'm saying, and you fucking guessed all the questions.
Oh, I definitely had the freaking sound up all the way.
Oh, I know. You were talking really loud.
Oh.
That's what really had me going at first. You're like, are you started yet?
Was really... So, Kyle set me up with the, whatever, PC games downstairs for me to play. And I would be wearing the big gaming headset and turn it up all the way, and he would be sitting there, and he'd be like, Chris in. And I literally would not hear anything. And then finally I'd take it off and kind of look at him, and he goes, I was talking to you for 5 minutes, and you couldn't hear me.
You're like, oops.
Oh gosh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, let me turn it up.
Okay.
Too loud.
That is
Too
very loud.
Okay.
I'm guessing you can't hear me.
What? Okay. Yeah.
What is your first name? What is your first name?
What's my first name? Jessica.
What is your favorite movie? What is your favorite movie?
What's my favorite movie? What? I don't have a favorite. I watch way too many movies.
What are you going to eat for dinner?
Oh, I got nothing out of that. So loud.
What are you going to eat for dinner?
What am I doing this year? I bought a house. I've been working. I got a cat.
Who is your least favorite Marvel character?
Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing out of that.
Who is your least favorite Marvel character?
Maybe the last word is character. Okay, cool. I don't know. Character. A character. David Salvatore.
Okay.
Hang on, the song's ending.
Good, because the last one's a good one.
Okay, that's loud enough.
What's your favorite sex position?
What?
What's your favorite
It's
sex
my favorite.
position? You got it.
Mom, turn off the podcast. I don't know. We move around a lot.
Okay.
Whoa.
I know when you take them out, you're like, it's so quiet. You actually, I think, got all the... We must enunciate pretty well.
I guess.
I said, who's your least favorite Marvel character? And you said Damon Salvatore.
I was like, I got character out of that? I don't know.
I kind of wish I would have said, who's your least favorite Vampire Diaries character?
That would have been a lie. I would sit on a throne of lies.
I think you got all the other ones. What's your first name? Oh, the one you didn't get, I said, what are you going to eat for dinner? And you answered it, what did I do this year?
I don't know what I'm eating for dinner either, so I really... Actually, I'll make spaghetti for dinner. Spaghetti. It does sound good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well.
That was interesting.
I know, I feel like we need to come up with, like, weirder stuff.
Yeah. We'll try that again another podcast.
I would rather have, like, if we got more listeners, have people send in questions for us to ask each other.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, here's my email, send me, well, maybe not here's my email, but, like, DM me personally questions to ask you.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like that'd be funny.
That would be really fun. I feel like
I had a hard time coming up with, like, I didn't know what questions to write.
Yeah. I think we should watch a couple videos of, like, other people doing that.
Yeah,
and then,
we did this last minute.
notes from questions they're asking.
A lot of people do phrases, too. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of people do phrases. I should have looked up the three main girls from Riverdale have, like, a TikTok account together.
Mm-hmm.
And they've done that. They each asked each other questions, and it was funny. And so I was like, maybe I should have watched that one. See what questions they asked.
Now we know for next time.
Yeah. Well, this is the end of the first one we're recording today.
Thanks for listening.
Are we gonna put the whisper thing on the YouTube? If you're listening to the audio or the video. You can find the audio almost anywhere. It comes out on Fridays, and the video comes out on Saturdays. You can follow our Instagram and our TikTok page that is now up that has one video on it.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting a good start.
I know. This week I actually think I will be able to make some more TikToks to post. They're kind of fun to make.
I bet.
It was fun. Because you kind of get to just, like, piece things together and make it funny. But
and make it funny.
Yeah. I mean, it's already funny. But...
I mean, it's us. We're fucking hilarious. I want to do a TikTok. Do you watch Big Mouth?
Kyle watches it. I've watched them with him. Is it that sound that's like you fucking Brussels sprout?
Yes! Oh, thank God, Lil was finally gone. Just kidding, I'm right here, you fucking Brussels sprout. I love it.
I like that one a lot.
Sorry, you talk.
I am so much on Taylor Swift TikTok right now.
Dude, me too.
I watched
I need to watch All Too Well. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my God, I've watched it twice now.
Like, I feel like I'm just so new to, like, being a Swiftie. Like, I don't know all the undercover shit that, like, I know from, like, us being obsessed with, like, One Direction.
She is also, like, so into putting her Easter eggs into stuff for fans to look at, and so I'm like, well, now I'm behind. Can I watch a video of people just explaining, like, all the past Easter eggs?
That's literally what I'm gonna have to do to, like, understand because, like, I saw one, like, talking about some stuff about, like, the Jake Gyllenhaal stuff with All Too Well, but I'm just like, I don't get it. Because, like, I just don't know enough of, like, her history.
The only thing that I caught on, since I don't know too much, is the whole scarf thing, because there was a picture of both of them, like, out together holding hands, and she's wearing, like, a blue scarf with, like, gray stripes on it. It almost looks like that scarf over there. And then, like, a year or so later, he was out wearing it, like, because they only dated for, like, a few months, but he was out wearing it, so that's kind of, like, written into the lyrics of her song. It's just funny because, like, she definitely doesn't say outwardly who it's about, but you can so easily put the lyrics together. But I saw an interview because they did, like, an actual film premiere for her short film. And, like, they asked Taylor and Dylan O'Brien, like, stuff or questions about Jake Gyllenhaal, and they both avoided the questions very well. And, like, she was like, you know, I wrote it for me, and I put it out there, and now it's ours, so we can all kind of relate to it however we want. I'm like, smart girl. Yeah.
She is. I love...
Now I keep getting a ton of TikToks. I'm like, now I just need to watch, like, I saw a video pop up on YouTube for my recommended that was, like, decoding the whole video and, like, what everything means, because she...
I just need to decode Taylor, because I'm 10 years behind the swing on this.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is, like, when she first started out, like, I was obsessed with the first album.
I love Teardrops on my guitar.
And then, obviously, listened to her, like... Didn't listen to, like, every single song of hers, but all the songs that were popular I still liked.
I, like, hardcore, like, avoided her just because, like, I didn't want to, like, fall into it.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, fuck it, suck me in.
I feel like she's starting to get to, because I'm not huge anymore on the more pop music, and now she's kind of putting out more of, like all of her folklore album is more my speed. So, I'm like, if she does stuff like that, then, yeah, I'm all in.
I've definitely gone back and listened to Red, and I think 1989, too. And I really liked them.
I know. My mom asked me to make a list for Christmas and stuff, and literally my whole entire list is just books and records, and half the records are Taylor Swift records because I don't have any of hers.
I think I want to record really bad.
She's putting out, like, her Taylor's version, so I'm like, I want the Taylor's version, so I'm waiting. Just get me those. They're really expensive, but it's okay. Vinyls are so freaking expensive. Especially new ones.
Yes, they are.
But whatever, add to my collection. Yeah. Anything else to say for this one?
Sorry for busting your eardrums with my obnoxious laugh, everybody. It's gonna be loud no matter what you do with the volume. I am a very obnoxious laugher.
Lucky for all of the listeners, I'm the only one that has to listen to it because I edit the sound now.
Well, I'm so sorry for you too.
I usually edit while I watch Dancing with the Stars, which I think next week is the last week. So now I have to find something else to watch while I edit.
Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll be like watching Dancing with the Stars, and then I'll be sitting there, and then one of us will do something loud, and I'm just like,
fuck.
Put the volume down, put the earphones back in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but we will see y'all next week.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.